Let's take this one. The quarters will be close, but I'm a fair hand with an oar. We'll be there in no time. No one to greet us. I don't like this. Keep your guard up, good looking. You can handle this, right? Oh no. Those are members of the Lion Guard. What happened here? Let's look around. The Ascendant Order must have overwhelmed them. The Lion Guard are no slouches. Definitely the Ascendant Order. Damn. I can't believe they're really trying to kill High King Emmerich. Come on, we have to get inside. Listen, I hear someone up ahead.
Have you breached High King Emmeric's quarters yet?
Soon, my lord. We are almost through the wards.
I will suffer no more delays. You have this last chance, champion.
Yes, Magus.
Just how many people are in charge of the Ascendant Order? Here if you need me.
She can hide.
Chaos mistake. Deal with Emmerich. Then find the woman and kill her.
It will be done, my lord.
Sounds like they haven't found Lady Arabelle yet. Come on, let's get to her first.
There you are. Your timing is impeccable. I'm not sure what the Ascendant Order is doing here, but they seem determined to eliminate me and Emmerich. I've been able to avoid most of their forces, and the few I couldn't, well, they hardly posed any trouble. I hoped Valencia would sense our trouble. When the Ascendant Champion and her forces arrived by ship, they brought a powerful mage with them. Most of the island's defenses were rendered useless. A dispelling powder. Very clever. Sorry to hear about poor Derek, but I assume you took care of the other medallions? Good. With a plan, my dear. Head up to the courtyard and confront the Ascendant Champion. In the meantime, Jakan and I will make our way around. Excellent. And I'll sprinkle this powder on the medallion along the way. Remember, we must stop the Ascendant Champion.
Almost through the wards, champion.
Take this!
I will take care of this. You dare challenge me? Fine. Step forward and die!
Good work, my dear. How exciting. Well, nothing warms the blood like a bit of a scuffle, wouldn't you say? That mage underestimated me, the poor dear. It's over now, at least. All that's left is to deal with this medallion and get it to High King Emmerich. I've been a little busy, dear. Now go outside, get on your boat, and return to camp. I'll meet you there. I need to dispel the medallion. Then, well, situations like this tend to stress out the High King. I can help him with that. I have before.
Lady Arabelle, are you sure you're not injured? Everything happened so fast at the keep.
Enough, Jakan. I've been dealing with worse villains since before you were born. Things took a few unexpected turns, but we delivered the medallions and the peace talks can proceed as planned. I wonder who... Oh, not for a while yet. We're still preparing the secure site on High Isle. But if the Ascendant Order strikes again, I know. Ah, such an interesting adventure, don't you think? I must write down the pertinent details. Wouldn't want to forget a moment. And don't fret. Never heard of High Isle. I'm not surprised. It's sort of a getaway spot for nobles and royalty. It's the largest island in the Sisters Archipelago in the Abetian Sea. Technically, yes, my dear. It's really quite beautiful. I have a manor there for those brief periods when I'm not working on one thing or another. Oh, not that again. You don't realize how tedious that question has become, and all because of a nosy chronicler and her unfounded accusations.
有够无聊的，收藏这种东西干什么啊？ 好了，我的序章剩4个，这个是距离有点远，我留到后面再来处理。然后我看一下啊，我来把这个押位的调查结束好了，因为他之前要我找三把钥匙，好像我已经找到了。
You hear about the contract. Investigating the Grey Host is like trying to wrestle an angry spirit. Anyway, the Raven Watch could certainly use the help. And by Raven Watch, I mean me. The Raven Watch is dedicated to curtailing the activities of unscrupulous vampires, and the Grey Host is as unscrupulous as they come. Someone is rebuilding the ancient army of vampires and werewolves from the First Era. We have to stop them. Hey, I was doing stuff before you showed up. Look, there's a new Grey Host. One of their original leaders may be in charge, and they're experimenting with life energy. If that doesn't spell trouble, I don't know what does. Will you help? Everything I learned up to now points in the same direction. Bankerai Garrison. There's a scholar named Norette Deal there who may be able to tell us more about the Grey Host and how they were defeated. Cart's over there when you're ready to go. My research has uncovered pieces, but I hope the scholars at the Bankerai Garrison can put the puzzle together. Members of the Grey Host experimented with life energy, and at least one of their leaders survived their defeat. My research indicates a council ruled the Grey Host. One of those leaders fell out of favor and another survived the final battle. A Durrani noble with connections to Viridian Watch gave the survivor sanctuary. In return, they made her a vampire. In the ancient past, the Grey Host sought to use life energy to draw souls into containment vessels called stone husks. It had something to do with returning the dead to life. I think there's a new Grey Host, and they've revived those experiments. Probably, but nothing that can't wait. Let's take the cart to the Bankerai Garrison and find the scholars who can tell us more about the history of the Grey Host. I suppose you wouldn't have heard of us. We are a bit secretive. Now's probably a good time to tell you. I'm a vampire. All members of House Ravenwatch are. We hunt bad vampires, and also deal with the occasional misbehaving werewolf. Not nearly enough, and we're stretched pretty thin. Investigating this on my own didn't seem prudent, so I requested aid, and now here you... My research has uncovered pieces, but I hope the scholars at the Bankurai garrison can put the puzzle together. Well, this isn't at all what I expected. What happened here? Nice cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for a tour? I'm afraid they've all been suspended until this mess with the Imperial Army is resolved. If I could offer a suggestion, turn around and head for the safety of everyone. As you can plainly see, now is not a good time. My fellow scholars and I fled when Septima Tharn and her Daedra-worshipping zealots attacked. We barely got out before the first impacts from their ballistae shook the walls. Occupying the walls. And they didn't just attack the garrison, they conquered it. The Knights keep saying the Lion Guard will come. That will push the invaders out in less time than it takes to brew a cup of tea. I'm sorry. Concern for my colleagues and the Pyre Watch warrior who accompanied them has my thoughts in a jumble. Come to think of it, the Pyre Watch are experts on the Grey Host. Find my friends, and I'm sure the warrior will. They're guardians sworn to watch over a Grey Host burial site located here in Bankurai. One of their warriors was here recruiting when the garrison came under it. Cogleen and Indus fled in the direction of Evermore with the Pyre Watch warrior, while Jannard headed toward Kerbal's Hollow. Please be careful. The wilderness can be treacherous between here and there. Even if my mind wasn't clouded with worry, I'm an expert on the Second Era. My First Era knowledge is extremely limited. The Pyre Watch knows more about the Grey Host than anyone. Find her and my friend. Thank you, friend. When you return with the scholars safely in tow, we should be able to put our collective heads together and dredge up.
This scholar's research doesn't go back to the First Era. And the other scholars fled? That puts a wrinkle in our plans, all right. This Pyre Watch warrior is a promising lead, though. Let's go find her and the other scholars. I heard. Let's split up and go after them. All take Kerbal's Hollow. You head toward Evermore. Here. Yeah, my brother Fenorian told me about one he encountered. They're the guardians of an ancient mass grave where the remains of the Grey Host are said to be interred. Probably knows more than the scholars. Find the scholars, but try not to get eaten by anything.
You there. Come. You don't look like a refugee. Are you a soldier from the garrison? What news of the Imperial attack? Oh, that's wonderful news. Cogleen and I intended to head straight for Evermore, but the cursed Imperials caught up with us. They would have captured us if not for that Pyre Watch warrior. Have you seen her? Is she alive? She was, but we ran into Imperials. The Pyre Watch warrior distracted the soldiers and ordered me to flee. Then she took Cogleen and headed west. Please, I will go to Scholar Deal's camp now. We are most fortunate you came to our aid. Other than the fact that they were defeated here centuries ago, not much, I'm afraid. I can tell you Empress Hestra's legions came to the aid of Bankarai garrison. That's why Hyrok became part of the Alessian Empire for a time. Alas, you seek facts and figures that I don't have readily at hand. Perhaps when I can... I will return to Scholar Deal's camp. May Tall Papa guide your steps.
Divines, forgive us!
I can't do my job. Not with all this going on. Psst, over here. You're the first thing I've seen that is... You're the first thing I've seen that isn't an undead monstrosity. Oh, lovely. Are you with the garrison? Please. Oh, thanks, Dundar. I thought I could make it to Evermore, but I tired myself out. When I tried to pass through the old graveyard, I ran into unspeakable. When the Imperials came after us, she managed to distract them and ordered me to run to the graveyard. I think she headed for the Crypt of the Exiles. Oh, I hope she found shelter. I'll hurry back to Scholar Deal's camp. Be safe.
Come forward, you godless mongrel. My apologies, Wayfarer. The shadows make it difficult to discern friend from foe. It gladdens my heart to hear that Scholar Deal is safe. But what of the other scholars? That is truly fortunate. As for me, I escaped the Imperials only to find... Lead on, Wayfarer.
没意思啊，他这种 NPC 都不会帮忙的。
the exit. Let us see the sky once more. I came to Bankurai Garrison seeking recruits for the Pyre Watch. Hunding help us, I did not expect those villains to arrive and send innocent people fleeing. The Grey Host was a terrible army of vampires, werewolves, and other monsters that pillaged the land. Only the combined might of the Bankurai Garrison and the Alessian Empire finally defeated them. That story. The true story may be as enthralling as the legends, but we only have bits and pieces of it. Magic was involved, almost certainly. But whether it was divine in nature, I can delve into the records of my order when I return to our sanctum. But understand that the Watch is concerned with keeping the past buried, not exposing it. I can tell you that there are indications that one of the hosts survived. A Dureni noble. That gives some credence to the historical record. An incomplete parchment mentioned Viridian Watch, but we never saw the significance. It also said that only the worthy could enter. I do not know the nature of your mission, Wayfarer, and I still have my own to uphold. But if you seek answers about the Grey Host, then I know precious little. I never visited the site myself. Though incomplete, the historical record indicates the survivor hid. There wasn't much, just that the worthy would be guided to safety. Perhaps that is the key. If you can determine what worthy means. I will go check on the skull as it deals. Thank you again. There you are. Good. You're back. I found Jannard and I see you've managed to return with the rest. Show off. Now that we settled that matter, what did the Pyre Watch warrior tell you about the... I was afraid of that. So much about the First Era has been lost. I wonder if the Pyre Watch knows anything about the other details we learned. About the survivor and their connection to a Dureni noble. That matches what we already uncovered, and confirms the Dureni connection. Did you find out anything else I should know? A riddle, damn it. There's always a riddle. Well, I say we go to Viridian Watch and figure this out on our own. I'll meet you at Viridian Watch.
Do not concern yourself with me. My wounds are only superficial. You do? I was told the Knights of St. Pellen might return it, But with the attack on the garrison, I had given up. All Sentinel will be thrilled at the return of the Memory Stone. It is us. Michaela Leckie was the greatest sword singer who ever lived.
啊，好，离开一下再回来。
Comrade, a word.
跑错路了，我跑错路了啊！刚刚忘了这边有一颗，应该先去拿才对。跑错路了，游泳，游泳。结果这反而是捷径，最快的方式。8点半了哦，哎呀，没注意到。好吧，今天直播到这边吧。喂你们吃好吃的，要不要？要不要吃好吃的？啊。